do. God, did I look like a piece of shit?
No, you look great.
You want me to start now?
Sure.
Okay. Well, when I always knew I wanted this house, not this one particularly, but when I was a little girl, my dad bought this 120 acres, and his father and mother lived in the original log house, which was down at the farm. And it was all covered up with sheetrock and everything, but in their bedroom, there were open beams, and the upstairs there were open beams. So I would lay on their bed and think, when I grow up, I want to do. He had this one. He had just finished one and was just getting ready to start a 24 by 30, which is what I could afford. I thought I really couldn't afford it. But anyway, my brother, who was kind of a hard ass, talked me into doing the loft, and it was, I think, $800 more or something to have the loft. And he said, Eb, you'll never be sorry. Do it. And I thought, oh, it's easy for you to say. You've got money. I don't. But anyway, so I did. I went with it. And then we dried the logs for, I think, 2 years. We'd roll them so that they dried evenly. He'd already dried them enough. But each of the logs was marked. It was like J7 and L. There was no holes. There were no windows or door holes or anything. So we cut a little hole, and we called it the goat door, because it was like I even had to bend over to get in. Yeah. I went to several banks. I went to, I can't remember what all, but I ended up, it was Aberdeen Federal, was on the west side of Olympia. All the banks before had said, you don't have a credit card, you need a credit card, you can't afford it, you don't make enough money. I said, I will. And I learned that from a plumber friend who said, I don't care how much you're making right now, you will make more.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, right. Who's going to feed these kids? But bless their hearts, they all went to work. They had paper routes, and everybody had a job and helped. But anyway, the man from the Aberdeen Federal, he said, well, you know, I kind of believe in somebody that doesn't believe in credit cards and being in debt, and let me see what I can do. So he went to his council or whatever it was. They said, do it.
Yeah.
So, and the percentage rate was, I think it was 14.75.
Jeez.
I think that's what it was. That's what I think it was. Was it 16?
Oh,
it might have been. It might have been. It was when you see the charts, the highest it ever has been.
Yeah,
So I do things a little backwards. But we made it. And in all fairness, the bank was right. I mean, I think my house payment was $620 a month, and I brought home $690.
Wow.
So
how did you? It was rough.
Oh, it was rough.
Yeah.
My kids used to save up their money to have me go have beer.
Oh, yeah.
Mom, you need a beer.
You get a break.
Go away.
Yeah.
There was Mike and Ron who did help mostly with the building, the big stuff. And they called this Hetland kid to build the stairs, because neither of them knew how. And he also was a roofer. But he taught me how to throw the shakes and whap them. It was cool. This was part of why I really wanted this house. Most log houses are 8 feet or 9 feet up, and then they're other wood. They don't do logs to latch them onto, except the purlins, which go across and you put the roof on. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fast. We, look how little Amy and Pam were.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Your mama was just a little girl. Look how little our porch was.
Oh.
That's this porch.
Yeah.
Out the front door.
Wow.
I wonder if there's a
Really
picture of the
expanded.
door when we put. Well,
It took a lot of work.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, Gene can tell you because he made them for Mary.
I made 9 of them for somebody else.
Well, yeah, Pam's friend Mary was. But all. And this is Grandpa when he decided to cut into the old house. This wall. He was pretty proud of himself. Could have got electrocuted.
I did cut right through a power cable.
Yeah.
Really?
This is his
Yeah.
brother
Just running through
Buzzy.
the insulation, or is that?
He was running behind the icky puck, and
Yeah.
I was
You couldn't
cutting
see.
with a chainsaw, and the lights went out. And
Oh.
I went,
This is his brother Buzzy was here checking. Oh, and this is South Carolina Beach. I don't know how that got in there. Yeah, just there.
It's part of the building.
And this was actually my duck is in the window now too. How cool! He
yeah.
calls it his duck. When she was sick, I had just taken a bouquet to her house, and she passed away. And so the duck went with her from the hospital to the home, and he said.
well, it was her duck. You gave it away, and I
And
took it away.
he stole it off of my mama's coffin.
It's coming back.
So he says it's his duck. I don't know. It's a long story.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I hope this. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Oz. And this is the truck. This is Grandpa Gene was adding on. He with this old borrowed truck, and my uncle. You tell the story about Uncle Kurt. It's wonderful.
I would have to move the log like 2 inches, and I'd go back down the truck, which was sitting down the hill, and move it forward or backwards. And so one day I put a piece of chalk in my pocket, big chalk. And every time I walk down past the truck, I make a mark on the front fender. And I was telling her uncle about it, and I said, you know, Kurt, when I got done, I had 32 marks on that fender. And he goes, if you'd have been thinking you'd had a paintbrush, you could have had that truck looking like Doom.
Our yard now was our garden. We had the
Yeah.
whole grass.
Wow.
It was a huge, and we canned everything,
Yeah.
and whatever was ripe was what we had for dinner.
Yeah.
Matt loved it when it was corn on the cob. I can't remember his prize, but I think it was like 30 ears that he ate.
Oh my
And everybody would eat as much as they wanted, and then they'd butter them for him.
Where did the logs come from?
Morton.
Mort.
A little man, I can't remember his name now, but his wife always wanted a log house. So he cut and notched and did the same process. This was the third one.
Oh.
She still didn't have her house. She was not happy. He was.
Yeah.
What was his name? But this is the first deck that we put on when we started the first time around. These were all the shakes that went on the roof. The reason we got rid of the shakes was because when was that fire that was over there that scared the peawads out of me? Because it was off of it was just smoke was billowing. It was on the other side of Johnson's Point Road. But I thought, oh man, one spark on this cedar roof would make it
Be the end of it, yeah.
Yeah, would have been the end of it. These are picnics at Mom and Dad's house. Look at Angie when she was little. Oh my gosh, these are old. The people that I bought the stove from contacted the Daily Olympian and told them about it. And
This
said-
stuff in the picture?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And because it was one of a kind, and then they contacted a reporter. I don't even remember who wrote the thing, and he came out here and did the.
It was a he. I thought it was a woman.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I remember being shocked that it was something in the paper.
Right.
It was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is kind of embarrassing. But see this one? Mason Bee's gone in there, laid her 5 eggs, and plugged them up.
And it'll come out.
And there's a rule, I can't remember what it is, but there's a rule about how they lay their eggs. It's like girl, boy, girl, girl, boy. I think the boy's the first one out, and then one of the middle ones, because they're more aggressive.
Oh, interesting.
And it's really interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the story. I just,
Yeah.
I need to look again. But they're usually on this side.
One of the guys who liked them